Continue from the previous slide. This is detailed more on the research design, quantitative and quality study. Uh, you may read the rest of the slide. Statistic, anyone? Right? Anyone love statistic? Anyone love number? Or anyone who actually good on narrative? You decide. You decide your own study, right? Uh, if you happen to like numbers, and then you proceed with the quantity study, right? From there, uh, the first three chapters quite difficult for us because we are uh, really understand the situation before we can prepare the questionnaire. But for the qualitative, the last two session, right, is very difficult. Of the last three chapters very difficult for the qualitative study because they really need to ensure the accuracy of the data, transcribe the data, they have to transcribe it verbatimly, so they have works to do. So in a way that both us study is similar hard. Usually for the study, we conduct survey or you distribute the questionnaire. So for those who are is starting already writing the chapter 1 and 2, and then you know that your direction gonna be questionnaire. At the same time, you must be able to start pull all your potential question to be placed in the questionnaire. Look at the quantity problem statement. So the problem should be stated clearly and unambiguously, and then it should express a relationship between several variables. For example, is A related to B? How A and B are related? How is A related to B under condition of C? Is there a difference between A, B in terms of C? Therefore, you require empirical testing. Your possibility of you to having a framework and hypothesis is very high. Usually, you will conduct your data collection through mail, paper survey. Mail nowadays people don't do it because it's very expensive. Paper survey you can go and do the intercept data collection. You probably you in the what you call that, you in the mall, for example, you see everyone coming out from the McDonald's, you just distribute your study if you do it on the fast food. Online survey, usually you use the monkey survey or you use the Google Docs. This one easy because that the first time only difficult for you to prepare the question in the through online via online, and then and then it's also cheap because that you only share in the social media or among the friends, among the groups, in the WhatsApp groups. Once you get enough the information, you can just collect data just like your internship, right? uh, so then you just download the whole cases, right? But for the paper survey, once you get it's very costly because you have uh, to photostat hundreds of questionnaires, right? Usually your questionnaire would be 4 5 pages, and then times 450 per set, right? And then you have to key in manually your data into the SPSS. But online survey, once you download, it's transformed into the Excel. From Excel, you can export into the SPSS. Right? Telephone survey quite difficult nowadays because people want everyone because you did not get the house number, and you start calling handphone a bit expensive and others. You can read the advantages and the advantages of the course study. Qualitative study is an acquiry process of understanding based on distinct methodological tradition of inquiry that explore a social or human problem by Creswell 1988. Actually, a system in which inquiry seek to build a holistic, largely narrative description to inform the researcher understanding of a social or cultural phenomenon. You can read the rest of the content. Cognitive problem segment. The problem should be stated clearly and ambiguously in your problem statement section because your reader need to really understand your idea, your planning. Okay, and then the problem should express what is it that you want to explore, what do you really want to understand. So meaning that what is the meaning of A, how does A exist, why A happens, it's all about one thing, only A, does not involve B, C, D and so forth. uh, Compared to the quantitative, you must have at least two, A and B, right? These are this one you can read. Advantage and disadvantage of the qualitative. You can see also the comparison. You can see also, you can read also um, the minimum number of review literature between quantitative and qualitative study. So the purpose, research design, right? Look at the quantitative research. It's actually again like revision from the previous slides. Data collection. Uh, so the qualitative, usually you can you gather words, pictures, you take observations, but compared to data collection in quantitative study, they more on the numbers and very huge numbers there. Compared to the qualitative, you must very good in narrative your words. Analyzing the data, and the analyzing and the interpreting the data we will learn in the last topics. Reporting, both need reporting. You just look through the 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 topic sheet that I shared last week regarding the written and presenting uh, your idea.